Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Wednesday, the 5th of November 2025. If you hear any noises, or if they picked up by the microphone, that is the neighbour's fireworks. It's not me, farting, I assure you. Alright, that one was, but the rest will be fireworks. So, let's get into it. We got a mixed bag today. A mixed bag. We obviously got a couple of post-match comments, although I think everyone just wants to forget about it and move on, because pretty horrendous. I mean, I don't think you're going to gain anything by just wallowing in it. Just move on. This is from southernnews.co.uk. Mill boss, I think there are lessons to be learned in terms of our robustness from Birmingham City loss. Alex Neil thinks there are plenty of lessons to be learned from Mill's 4-0 loss to Birmingham City, pointing to his side's subpar response to going behind. The Lions were yada yada yada, recap of the match, Mill will really look like pulling a goal back, finishing the game with just 4 shots, and only 2 were on target. Neil was looking for a response from his side against Preston North End on Saturday. There are always lessons to be learned. I think there are lessons to be learned in terms of our robustness as well. In terms of when it goes against us, how do we respond and react? And I don't think that was great in the second half, if I'm honest with you. Then at that stage, because I don't feel as if we're going to work our way back into the game, and it's making sure we don't concede any more goals, and we try and save some legs for the weekend to give ourselves the best chance in that game. There are huge bits to pick up. The first thing I'll do is look at my bit in terms of setup. I think the setup recently has been very good. What doesn't help is that we've lost the whole right side of Saturday for this game, which is disappointing. Femi's been our sort of talisman in the last 4 or 5 game period. And we didn't have enough running power in the game for me. We didn't really look as much of a threat as we needed to. And when you play against a team like Birmingham, they play right on top of you, so if you don't really pack a punch in it, and then you don't scare them, they're going to smother you. And that's all me what happened in the second half. Yeah, I mean, I think you need to factor in as well is the weather. Are we experiencing the old cliche of can they do it away at Birmingham on a cold, rainy Tuesday night in November? We brought in all these players from abroad, all these, young talented players. Can they do it? I don't know. Well, I mean, to be fair, all the other players are fucking shit as well. So, I mean, but in the Oxford game as well, in the second half, it was raining in that. It rained all along the second half in that as well. We were equally shit there as well. So, I don't know. Like I said, we'll see what we'll see how the players respond. We'll see how the management respond, and then we go into Preston and see how that works out. Hopefully, it's not a trend, a pattern that's emerging. Like I said, until we get some of these decent players back, it could be a long November. Now, moving on to this, another post-match comment from southernnews.co.uk. Alex Neil. He explains why Millwall winger started on the left flank in Birmingham City loss. Alex Neil explained why he started Camille Negley on the left wing in Millwall's 4-0 loss to Birmingham City. Negley has predominantly played on the right over the course of his Lions career, cutting inside onto his stronger left foot. Turner Ballo, who has started the past 6 games on the left, shifted over to the right after Femi's was ruled out with a hamstring injury. And Neil elaborated on why he made the switch after the game. It was to try and keep Camille inside the pitch. That's a straight liner. One of the best ones we've got at the moment is probably Ballo because he's quick and he can go on the outside of you, but he doesn't do it as naturally as Femi would. And then also, we bring a Denwan later to do it, but by that stage of the game, it's probably away from us at that point. So you have a player who's playing really well in a position, Ballo, and then you move him over the other side, and he ends up playing shit over on that side. And then, do you not think, maybe we should move him back? I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that we, as in we, are now 5th. What's going on here? Okay. So this is a live Championship table from the, what do they call it, live update thing that the BBC are doing on bbc.co.uk Sport Football. They're doing a live for the EFL games today, and you can see we are now down to 5th. Portsmouth did beat Swansea, they beat them 2-1, and they jumped above us, and we've now dropped down to 5th. So we are playing the team above us, which is a great opportunity, because, if we win, we can climb up the table, and it means we take away 3 points from them. We take their 3 points. We have 3 points. They don't have 3 points because we took those 3 points from them in Saturday's game. Alternatively, if you're a doomer, if we lose this game, they then open up a 4-point gap on us. They go up to 28 points, we go to 24, and we could find ourselves down in 9th place, and we could be overtaken by Birmingham City, the team that beat us 4-0 yesterday. Joy. But, look at this, the table as it stands. Let's marvel it. And wouldn't this be funny come the end of the season, Wouldn't that be a playoff game for the ages? Charlton Athletic in the final, maybe in the semi-final, but the way it is here, obviously, if they get through in the final, Millwall Charlton Athletic Championship playoff final. Sounds good, because we always beat them, but, knowing them jammy bastards and knowing how, nobody wants us in the Premier League, and they would bend over backwards, penalties, red cards, all the kind of dirty tricks to get Charlton promoted, and it'd probably be the only time they beat us in the next 100 years, because it wasn't organic. So, but that would be fun. Millwall Charlton at Wembley, fantastic stuff. What a nightmare that would be. Both sets of fans trying to go up on the old Jubilee line from London Bridge, and then the police telling probably us that we can't use that route, we have to go the other way. Man. Right. So, moving on to this. This is from, what's this from? Mill FC Academy's Instagram page. Mentioned the other day in the Loan Watch feature that George Evans was set to play his last game this week for Hartlepool United, where he's on loan. He's on a 28-day youth loan. They had a keeper who got injured. He was on loan. He had to go back to Hull. So George Evans stepped in and filled the void. They have now redone it again, and now he is on loan until January the 4th. So that's interesting. He's on loan at Hartlepool United, National League, until January the 4th. So obviously once that runs out, the transfer window is then open. Does he get a loan to another team in the league? We don't know, but let's don't count your chickens till they've hatched. So there you go. George Evans is going to stay on loan at Hartlepool United until January the 4th, 2026. Now, moving on to, we got the match report from the under-21s victory yesterday from millfc.co.uk, the club's official website. So this is the official match review. Under-21s victorious in Bristol. Victorious. Mill under-21s picked up 3 professional development league points against Bristol City on Tuesday afternoon. The Lions ran out 4-1 winners thanks to second half goals from Jet Dyer, Sacha Tegista Vieira and Frankie Baker. 2. The Lions were offered an early chance to take the lead when Ben Drake was brought down inside the area after a quarter of an hour. Baker stepped up, but his penalty was well saved by the Bristol City goalkeeper Lewis Thomas. The Robins had one big chance to open the scoring in the first half, but Casper Lindner did well to expertly deny Ephraim Yeboah. The Lions found the breakthrough when Ben Drake's corner found the head of Jet Dyer, whose bullet header left Thomas no chance. George Beaumont then played a smart 1-2 with half-time substitute Sugita Vieira, who found the bottom corner from outside the area. A quick counter left Frankie Baker one-on-one with Thomas, whose initial effort was cleared off the line by Rafael Arroyo, but only as far as the Millwall number 10, who finished coolly and the second time of asking. The host pulled a goal back through Billy Phillips before Baker found the net again with a classy finish into the top corner. Bosh. Next up for Kevin Nugent's side is Bournemouth at the Den on Tuesday the 11th of November. Remember the 11th of November. So yeah, there you go. And that's in the afternoon. It's a league game, and they're all in the afternoon. The cup games are in the evening, so obviously I'll keep you up to date with all those once they come into view. Dear viewer, listener, whatever you're doing. We're going to have a look at those goals now. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to go back to Millwall FC Academy's Instagram page. It's on a loop. Shall we just let it loop? Alright, right, I've got to click on it. Here we go. So this is the corner coming in. There you go. No spin on it. Dead. He hit it dead. Did you see that? He hit it dead. So they thought it was probably going to curl, but it stunned it and it just fell dead. Watch again. See the kick. Watch the ball. Watch the ball. See the ball? Yep. He kicked it and he kicked it dead. So it floated up in the air. It didn't it kind of stayed in the air, helped it stay in the air. Rather than backspin. Backspin would have made it come back to the front post. He kicked it with a deadness to it. That was the first goal from Jet Dyer. We have this one. That's a celebration. I have to click on it to go again. This is the Sugita Vieira one, number 12. Substitute coming on. Scores the goal. There's the celebrations. Let's click on it again. Oh look, they got a scoreboard there. That's nice. There you go. There's the 1. There's the 2. And there's the goal. Bosh. Right into the corner. Lovely. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. So obviously they know where the cameras are. So if you see where the scoreboard was, that's where the television camera was, where they were showing it on Bristol City's website. That was the view live. So this is a different view. This is Millwall. So you see there, that's where the gantry, that's where they were showing it. They were filming it from there. So this is a different view. This is the Millwall guy on the sidelines doing this. I believe. So obviously they know the guy. I think they know the guy. And they've been they know to run over there when anything happens and they score. So good to see. Now, third goal. There you go. Frankie Baker. Boom. Unmarked. That's very clever. Don't do that. Bang. Oh, he cleared it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. What more can you do? What more can you do? You can't really do anything. You know, he got off the line. He thought that was it. And it wasn't. Shall we watch that one again? So here we go. In fact, yeah, he probably should have... The guy who cleared it off the line, he probably should have been goal side of Frankie Baker at the time. He wasn't. He did get back to clear it, but then bosh. Ouch. Now, the fourth goal. This is the one I was telling you about before. Look at that. You can't see the ball because it's in the air. It just punted it up in the air like an American football punt. Not straight kick, up in the air kick. So we'll have to watch that one again. There's Frankie Baker again. It's a lovely finish there. You see where he did the footwork. Fucking hell, put him out front on Saturday. He'll do much more better than Ivanovic at the moment, I'm sure. Well, watch this again. You see that? Bosh. It's up in the air. It's up in the air. It's up in the air. It's coming down. There you go. Boom. Oops. Boom. Boom. There you go. Have some of that. Frankie Baker. Excellent stuff. And you think, well, he's too small, isn't he? Nah, he's not too small. He's very aggressive. I mean, he's very aggressive. I'm telling you, you could put him in the first team now. He'll be certainly better than Ivanovic. He would give more to the team than what Ivanovic is doing at the moment. That is 100% for sure. Now, talking of youngsters, told you the other day, Mill put it up. Ralphie Beckwiths, so under 16s, during the school holidays, they had a little tournament over in Turkey with the Welsh, the English, the Turkish, and the Portuguese under 16s, and they played some games. And Millwall player was selected for Wales. Ralphie Beckwiths shines in Wales win. So they played, I think it was yesterday. Millwall under 16s midfielder Ralphie Beckwiths was awarded man of the match in Wales under 16s 2-1 win over Turkey on Tuesday. The midfielder captained the Dragons to win in their third Football Federation's Cup match, and Beckwiths opened the scoring in the match as he converted a penalty before picking up the award at full time. There you go. And we can go back, obviously they just told us about that. From what I can gather, so this is from SofaScore.com. Obviously, it's just a kid. He's 15 years old. I would imagine, because under 16s don't really talk about that kind of age group, because they're just children. But the England, obviously, these are the Wales fixtures. I did share a video which got deleted, not by me, but I don't think they had permission to show it, so it got deleted. But it's notable. Well, I'll tell you in a minute, actually. But we'll see the results. You can see the results here. Obviously, Wales lost to England 5-1. Then they lost to Portugal 3-0. Then they beat Turkey 2-1. So there you go. Yeah. Range of emotions there. But what I can gather, so if we click on this one, we only have the starting lineups, and Ralphie Beckwiths was in the starting lineup, number 8. So he's number 8, obviously. So he started in the game against England, which they lost 5-1. You assume that maybe he went off because, we've got 3 games in, what was that, 5 days, 6 days? So the Portugal game, and if you look at the scorer for Portugal, this game was something of a interest to the wider football community because it featured Cristiano Ronaldo Jr., the son of Cristiano Ronaldo, and he fucking scored. So there you go. You're getting old when footballers that you watched are now having their children play. That's how you know you're getting old. Yeah. And we have in this one the substitutes as well. So in this, for some reason, I don't know why we have extra information, but in this we have the substitutes, and we know Ralphie Beckwiths came on in the 57th minute. So I'm assuming that in the other game they made it that many changes as well. They made 5 changes here. Did Wales and Portugal made, was that 7? Or they made even more. So they made a load of changes as well. And if we go back and look at the last game, obviously we know he played in that because he scored and got man of the match. So he started 2 of them. He started this one as well. We don't have the subs in this game, we just have the starting lineup. So he started 2 games and came on sub in the other one. And got man of the match, scored a penalty. So lovely stuff there. Fantastic from Ralphie Beckwiths. Only 15, you would assume. Maybe 16, but plays for the under 16s. Wales. So interesting one to keep an eye on for the future. Maybe in the next 2 years, playing for the under 18s, maybe in the under 21s. Obviously, the under 18s FA Youth Cup 3rd round. I think the draw should be coming up at the end of the month, the end of November. So obviously I'll bring you that when it gets announced. Now, Millwall are doing something. What are they doing? Well, they're doing this. This is from millwallfc.co.uk. Do you have any children? Congratulations, Mazel Tov. Are they junior lions? Have they signed up to the membership? In a drive to sign up more children for the Junior Lions memberships, Millwall doing a thing just for this game coming up. Is it too late? It might be too late though. They said, oh, okay. You've got until the end of Thursday. Right. But, so win a free mascot place for this Saturday. And you think, well, you know, what are the odds on doing that? Well, I'll tell you. Junior Lions can become a mascot for this Saturday's visit of Preston North End for free! Capital letters, exclamation mark. The Lions take on the Lily Whites in SC16, kick-off at 12:30pm in the Sky Bet Championship, with those who sign up to become a Junior Lion member by the close of play on Thursday entered into a prize draw to walk out with their heroes. And if we go down, existing Junior Lion members will not be a part of this competition, but they are automatically entered in the prize draw for every home fixture. Yeah, so every home fixture, they draw out a Junior Lion and they get to be a mascot. And the other ones, they have to pay. So you'll see there's like 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, one of them is a lucky winner, and the rest they have to pay. I think it's quite a lot, actually. I think it's like 100 quid, something like that, maybe more. So yeah. This is something good to win. But you read that again. So if you sign up your child for a Junior Lions membership, either when you saw this 10 hours ago, because it got published 10 hours ago, so on Wednesday or Thursday, because if we go down, by the close of play on Thursday, what does that mean? Is that midnight or is that 5pm? What are we doing here? Can we get some clarification? If you sign them up, they're going to get entered into a draw to be a mascot for Saturday's game. So how many people do you think would sign up on Wednesday and Thursday? I don't think it's going to be a lot. It probably double figures. As many as 99? Doubtful. Maybe, 30, 40, 50. 50's pushing it, I would imagine. Because, I think anyone who's anyone, you would probably already be signed up for it to be a Junior Line. And you already get this. So this is kind of like an extra little thing to try and get people to sign up. So, you've got a very good chance. 1 in 20, 1 in 25, 1 in 40. That's not bad, it's better than the fucking Euro Millions. 1 in 14 billion. 1 in 25 chance of your kid being a mascot for free in this game on Saturday. The only thing is, I think it's a bit of a faff to sign up. I'm not sure. Because obviously you need to send in proof of age or whatever, you would assume. Junior Lions membership costs just £20 and also comes with other exciting benefits, such as the opportunity to become a bald boy, a bald girl, free access to Millwall under-21 games played at the Den. Well, most of the league games are played in the afternoons, but they're in this new cup competition where the games are played in the evening, early evening, 7 o'clock kick-off. Discounted stadium tour tickets and much, much more. You get... you're allowed to attend the events that they host, the Christmas party and the Halloween party. Did they do a Halloween party? Oh, they did a Halloween tour. What do they do? They do another party on another occasion. Summer party? I can't remember, but I know they do a Christmas party. But in order to go to it, you have to be a Junior Lion. So yeah. You've got a very good chance of winning this, and if you want to win it, you just go to the ticket site. Where is it? Up here, ticket site. Click on that, and then follow all the stuff about signing up to be a Junior Lion. Again, I think you need proof of age and stuff like that, so it's not as easy as it sounds. But there is a prize there for your child if they do get drawn in the competition. Right, what else have we got? Okay, yeah, this. I told you it's mixed bag today. Right. Mill Community Trust is going to host an evening with the blue and green. What does that mean? Well, it's Mill players have played for Ireland. That's what it means. So they're going to have a little chat presumably about, I don't know, Millwall or Millwall and Ireland. Yeah. So Millwall Community Trust is hosting an evening with They Wore Blue and Green this November, taking place on Thursday the 27th of November. So Thursday the 27th of November, which is the day after the Sheffield Wednesday home game. It's in the Dens Harry's Bar. Hear from a trio of Millwall and Irish icons who are David Ford, Aidan O'Brien and John Goodman. As well as listening to untold stories, attendees will be able to meet and greet the former Lions in a casual and friendly environment. Tickets are now on sale now, priced at just £10 for all ages. All profits from the evening will go towards supporting the Millwall Community Trust. The evening starts at 7 p.m. and runs until 10 p.m. with limited spaces available. Secure your seat before it's too late. £10. Only £10. So yeah, there you go. Buy tickets. Where do you buy tickets? You have to go to Eventbrite. Should we click on this? Let's see what pops up. Eventbrite. Yeah. Now it's 11:55. Fees. I'm afraid. Refunds up to 7 days before the tournament. Before the event. Okay. So yeah, you get a ticket through Eventbrite, and I would imagine they just send you an email. I would imagine. So there you go. Now moving on to this. I told you it was a mixed bag. Yeah, here we go. Taxis. Why am I talking about taxis? This is taxi-point.co.uk. The UK's taxi industry news source, apparently. So there you go. Here we go. London Taxi PR attends Millwall FC kick into employment to promote the knowledge at the job fair. Why? I thought the game was dead. I thought it was dead. They keep moaning about how it's dead. Why are they trying to sign young people up to the job? I don't know. I'm joking. London Taxi PR continues outreach work by taking part in Millwall Football Club's Kick into Employment job fair held at the Lions Centre on the 30th of October. The event, which ran alongside the club's ongoing community programme, saw London Taxi PR invited by Millwall FC to promote the knowledge and the licensed London taxi profession. Representing London Taxi PR on a day was PR and Communications Manager Andy Scott. He was joined by newly appointed Master of the Worshipful Company of Hackney Carriage Drivers, Lee Dargan. The pair on hand throughout the day to explain the process of studying the knowledge and what it takes to qualify as a London taxi driver. The fair attracted a wide range of attendees, offering the perfect opportunity to promote the career to people of different ages and backgrounds. Scott said, this was another good opportunity to promote the knowledge and the profession as a whole. The people we spoke to were able to gain real insight into what becoming a London taxi driver involves. He added that having Lee Dargan present added further value to the day. Lee is a shining example to any woman thinking about entering the profession. Our campaign, I Did It So Can You, features a female driver, and we're particularly focused on encouraging more women to take up the knowledge. Why would they do that? They already know everything, don't they? Scott said that interest throughout the day was high, with the team kept busy providing advice and handing out information on knowledge schools, training routes and support networks. The appearance of Millwall marks the 6th such event that London Taxi PR has supported this year as part of its promotional campaign. Scott said, we've now been at 6 job fairs this year focused on promoting the knowledge. It shows our continued commitment to preserving the licensed London taxi trade. We're starting to see results, and it would be good to have even more support so we can build on this momentum. Okay. But, there you go. And that's it for the news. All we've got listed is the stats from yesterday's debacle. So if you're not sticking around for that, thank you for watching. But for the rest of you masochists, you sadists, you want to wallow in your misery, here we go. What went wrong? Well, everything really. This is the match report from WhoScored.com. Top performers on the right hand side in ratings, total shots, tackles and dribbles. It don't look good, does it? It don't look good. It doesn't look good at all. I mean, yikes. Millwall had no significant strengths. We were poor at finishing, we lost possession often, we committed a high number of individual errors. We played with width, we favoured long shots and we attacked down the right hand side. So here we go. Attempts on goal, 12-4, 10-3 open play, 1-1 set piece, 1-0 counter attack. Their 4 goals from their 12 shots is a 33% conversion rate, which is insane at this level. This is, it's entirely one-sided. It's the kind of rate that you would expect to see when a championship team plays a non-league team. That is, insane. We had 4 shots and did not score. So there you go. Attack sides, mostly down the right hand side. Shot directions of the 4 shots that we did have. Shot zones. So we had 4 shots. 1 was inside the box and 3 were outside the box. It's easy to do the math when that happens. Mostly in the middle of the park. Mostly. Player positions. Wow. Barely over the halfway line. Barely over the halfway line. That is, wow, that's something, isn't it? You can see the 2 players down the wings are both doubling up on each other. Was it Negley and Joe Bryan? Joe Bryan was playing further forward than fucking Negley. Average position. These are average positions, by the way. So they do get affected if someone goes off early or something like that. But look at our formation compared to Birmingham's. Pretty much, 4-2-4 or 4-4. What is it? What the fuck? What even is that? 3-4-3. 3-4-3. Pretty spaced out. Everyone's moving around because that's everyone's moving around. But here, what the hell's going on with us? Billy Mitchell, number 8. Kundal's 25. Ivanovic next to Kundal, average position. Like, what are we he's one up front. He's not even up front. He's in the middle of the park. Wow. Whoa. That is so bad. That's so bad. Oh, yeah. I wanted to show you this. Big Sean, 76. Mill to win and both teams to score at 11-1 is far too big to ignore. I hope you lumped on, Big Sean. I hope you lumped on. Right. Let's get on to this. This is the match centre from whoscored.com. Here are the match events. Goal. Then we get a substitution on the 57 mark. None at half time once we're 2-0 down. Even though, that would probably be the time to fucking do something, because we haven't even come back from a losing position this season, let alone being 2 goals down. Even if you're going to shore it up then, and then maybe try and nick a goal with some pace, with a Maku, I don't know, but bring in the extra defender then. Nah, we first shot after half time, they score. We make a change. They make 2 changes. 7 minutes after that, they score. And then we make even more changes. And this is, 4-0 down. And as Alex Neil admitted, he makes the changes to shut up shop. 4-0 down. Because he's fucking scared that it's going to be 5, 6, 7, fuck knows how many, 8. He genuinely thought that they were just going to keep scoring all day long if we didn't bring on defensive players to change it up. Wow. If you look at the top left and the top right where the club badges are, you can see the average player rating for each team, and it's 7.12 for Birmingham, and it's 5.86 for Millwall. That's average. Average is 5.86. And man of the match was given to Stansfield. In terms of Millwall, wow, I mean, jeez. Crammer got 6.3, Cooper got 6.1, Mitchell got 6.2. Caleb Taylor coming off the bench got 6.3. The bench players coming on got decent scores for subs, really. Mazusako got a 6.1. But then you have Harding got 5. He got a error. Obviously, he made the error that led to that goal. He got that attached to his name. That's what the E means. You got Crocombe in goal, 5.3. I think that's just stats based, because based on how many shots were on target and how many goals went in. Ivanovic 5.9, Kundal 5.9, Ballo 5.4, Negley 5.7, Denor 5.8. Just an all-round general shit show, really. I mean, I don't need to tell you that. You probably already know that. You probably watched it, or you followed the game, and you know. Yeah, I mean, damn. So if we start going through some of this, 12 to 4 shots. These are the players who had the shots: Kundal, Negley, Bryan, and Mazusako. None from Ivanovic, none from Ballo. Not even from the defenders from a set piece. Crammer or Cooper. No. None of that. None of that. Possession, 58 to 41. And you can see Birmingham. Clara on the ball. 9.9% of the match time he was on the ball, because he wasn't getting closed down by the forward, Ivanovic, who only got on the ball 1.9% of the match time. Wow. Pass success percentage, 88 to 75. So again, Ivanovic, 59% passing accuracy. But you got Mitchell with 92, Denor with 84, Kundal with 85, Crammer with 85. Dribbles 10 to 2. Aerials 1, 13 to 19. Again, does look good, but let's see how many they lost. Ivanovic 5. But then you got Clara with 5 and Newman with 1, so that means he lost at least 6. Because he's the only one up front. So who else are they winning them against? Tackles 10 to 15, which is, think, well, that's good, but they had more possession. They were attacking more. We only had 15 tackles. We should have had a lot more. We weren't able to do that. Because they didn't wait to get tackled. They were passing it around us like we weren't there. Crammer with 5. Mitchell with 4. Zenor with 2. Corners 2 to 3. These are the players who won the corners. Crocombe won a corner. How the fuck did he win a corner? Where is that then? Is that one? If you go down the graphic, it tells you where they are. So the blue lines, these are where we got our corners. So, damn. Crocombe got us a corner. I guess. Dispossessed 10 to 8. Okay, right. So, let's move on to this. It's basically what we've just seen. So, what did they have? 14 shots or something like that? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 14. They had 6 shots on target. They had 6 shots on target. They scored 4. Ouch. If we go down to Millwall, we check the ratings. There was a 4.96 there. Oh dear. A 4.9 out of 10. That's out of 10. A 4.9 out of 10. Obviously, he committed the error, but that's based on the whole game. He was on the pitch for 90 minutes, was he not? Jeez Louise. Yo. Okay, so we had 4 shots and 2 shots on target. If we go back to the ratings, wow, that's unexpected. Caleb Taylor, 6.27. He got the highest rated of a Millwall player. He came on in the 71st minute. He played, 22 minutes. Maybe it is time. Maybe we go free at the back, move Crammer to the right of the free. Instead of playing at right back, we just play 3 centre backs. We can play them wide. I guess, you don't have to play 3 narrow. You play 3 wide. Then Crammer 6.25, Billy Mitchell 6.16, Mazusako, again, he came on in the 78th minute. He got 6.12. He's the 4th highest rated player. And then Jake Cooper with 6. Everyone else is below 6. But again, Zach Sturge up here, 5.99. He replaced Joe Bryan, 5.95. Adomi Maku, 56 minutes he came on, 5.97. He replaced Camille Negley, got 5.73. And this is important because he has less time on the pitch, but he does enough to get a higher rating than the player that he replaced. Which is weird, How does this rating system work? I don't know. But surely that's not an anomaly. Because if you look, Camille Negley's got one shot on target. So he was one of the players that actually had a shot on target. He had 30 touches of the ball. His passing accuracy was 64. You got Adomi Maku, didn't have a shot, only had 12 touches of the ball, but he gets a higher rating than Camille Negley. So, damn, bro. Yeah, it don't look good, does it? And you look at the subs bench, the players that are left, you're just wondering what Rahis Bangor Williams has got to do to get on. He's one of the most creative attacking players that we've got. And, he's not being brought on. Not just in this game, but in other games before. And it's all kind of stupid rumours going around, but if they were true, he wouldn't even be on the bench. That's not how, you don't put... If any of those rumours are true, you wouldn't put him on the bench. Because there would be some kind of... he would be subject to testing. Medical testing. Random. And that's not what happens, You just leave them out. You say you give them a fake injury, and this happened before. Because we found out afterwards, that player wasn't actually injured. Not at Millwall, but I think at Charlton and somewhere else. West Ham, maybe. That player wasn't actually injured. It's just they failed an internal test. And then the club told them they were injured. And then they just kept them away. So, I don't know what the hell... those stupid rumours are going around. They're just rubbish. So let's move on to this. FBref.com. Wow. So the XG in the middle, 1.9. 1.9. They scored 4 goals from an XG of 1.9. That game should have been 2-0 to Birmingham, which is what I predicted, based on the XG. We only had enough chances to get 0.1 of a goal. Yo, that is insane. So, jeez. We know it's bad. We know it's bad. Why was it bad, though? Why was it bad? Did Birmingham do their homework? I think, because we got so many injuries at the moment that, the good players that we have are not available. Possession 58-42, passing accuracy 80-73. They had 558 passes, we had 408. Shots on target 50% for both teams, but they had 6 of 12 on target, we had 2 of 4. Their keeper made the 2 saves, our keeper made 2 saves, but he had to make 6, and he didn't make 4 of those saves. Again, no cards. I think the ref let a lot of things go because of the weather, really. I think he just gave a talking to a couple of people. I think one of them was Harding. Was it Joe Bryan as well? But other than he didn't bandish the cards. Fouls. So talking about giving away fouls, free kicks, which can help lead to our downfall. 3-12 on the fouls, 2-3 corners, 15-10 crosses, 654 to 519 touches of the ball, 10-15 tackles, 3-7 interceptions, 13-19 aerials won, 28-31 clearances, 1-0 offside, goal kicks 7 apiece, 23-26 throw-ins, and 56-72 long balls. Long balls. Here are, what are we looking at now? Is there anything worth looking at? I mean, what are you going to look at? So Caleb Taylor touches the ball 11, interceptions 1, passes attempted 8, completed 8. That's 100%. So if we look at the pass completion percentage, Billy Mitchell 90, 45 out of 50, and then it's Crammer 28 out of 33, and then Kundle 22 out of 26, Denor 38 out of 45, Langstaff 5 out of 6, which is interesting compared to 10 of 17, 58%. Who is a better option up front? Langstaff, who can get on the ball and pass it to someone else, or Ivanovic, who can't? And what was it? So Langstaff had 7 touches of the ball, which which led to 6 passes. 7 touches, 6 passes. Ivanovic, 22 touches of the ball, 17 passes. Only 10 completed. Right. Shot creating actions. So basically, who was the most attacking player? Shot creating actions. So we only had 4 shots and 2 were on target. So Billy Mitchell was involved in 2 shot creating actions. Jake Hill with 2, and then Crammer, Bryan, and Sturge. Where are the attacking players? Where are the attacking players? Where's Ballo? Where's Kundal? Where's Negley? Where's Ivanovic? None of them were involved in any of the shot creating actions. What the fuck are we doing here? Why are you playing up front if you're not going to attack? What the fuck are you doing? You're wasting everyone's fucking time. Passing. So Langstaff, 100% on his short passing, 50% on his medium passing. Compared to, where is he? Where is Ivanovic? He's up there. So 70% on his short passing and 50% on his medium passing. Anything else stand out here? Fucking hell, Amaku. 5 passes attempted, 0 completed. 2 short passes, 2 medium passes, Yikes, that's not good. Kundal, Who the fuck was he passing it to then? 15 of 18 on his short passes, 6 of 7 on his medium passing, and 1 of 1 on his long passing. Okay. Yeah, you get the idea with that. Here we go. So, Max Crocombe. 2 of 2 on his short passing, 100%. 8 of 8 on his medium passing, 100%. Long balls, because he's basically kicking it up to a brick wall up front. He couldn't trap a bag of cement. 4 out of 24, 16%. Yo. And that's, that's why a lot of these teams that play one up front, they play it out from the back. Pass types. Skip over that. Defensive actions. Tackles attempted. Tackles. Number of dribblers tackled, number of attempts. So Camille Negley tried to tackle a dribbler 3 times and he succeeded 0. The same for Ballo. So they would, in defensive stuff that they were doing on the wings, they were both dog shit. Probably because they're wrong footed. Because they're playing on the side that they don't normally play on. Ballo plays on the left and Negley plays on the right. And they bit fucking confused. They went the wrong way. Joe Bryan 0 of 1 as well. Denor 0 of 1. Caleb Taylor 0 of 1. But the only one, tackling people. Tristan Kramer 3 of 4. 75%. Possession. Right. Touches in the attacking penalty area. Inside the penalty area. As in the area that we are attacking. Yes. 2 touches of the ball. 2 touches of the ball. From Joe Bryan and from Kramer. I mean, wow. Wow. Right. So, dribbling, carries of the ball. Number of times the player control the ball with their feet. And then we've got distance in yards and then progressive distance, which is distance going towards the opponent's goal line. Camille Negley, 16 carries, 86 yards, 29, that was forwards. I mean, these numbers are pretty bad, really. Billy Mitchell, 38 carries for 164 yards, 56 yards forwards. Joe Bryan, 22 carries, 155 yards, 95 yards forwards. I mean, right. 7 carries of the ball, 39 yards, 11 yards forwards from Caleb Taylor. Which is, that's comparable to Maku, who's actually playing in a more forward role. 6 carries, 44 yards, and 9 yards forward, which isn't that great, to be honest. I mean, most of these isn't great at all. Miscellaneous stats. Okay, so a bit better today. Ivanovic, he was 50-50. Won 5, lost 5. Langstaff was 0 and 3. Which is probably why they don't want to play him. Because at least with the Serb, you actually win some aerial duels. You can't play it in the air if you've got Langstaff. You have to play it on the floor. You can't kick it to him in the air. Negley 0 and 1. Amaki was 100%. Caleb Taylor was 100%. Luke Condell was 50-50 on his aerial duels. Casper Denor was 100% off of 2. Jake Q was 100%. Kramer was 1 of 2, so that's 33%. Yeah, I mean, it's just a horror show. The more you look at it, the worse it gets. Max Crocombe, 6 shots on target against, goals against 4, saves 2, save percentage 33%, post shot XG 3.2. His long kicks, he attempted 23, only 3 were completed, as in it found another Millwall player. That's 13%. He had 3 throws, 27 passes, 59.3 were long, and the average length of his pass was 45.6 yards. The goal kicks, 7 of those, they were all launched long, 69-yard average length. Crosses into our penalty area from the opponent was 12. He didn't come out for one of them. Outside the penalty area engagement once, and average distance from the goal line was 26 yards. And here's the shots. Not that many shots in the whole game. But the thing that immediately comes to attention is the second half. When do we have our first shot in the second half? Reminder, we're losing 2-0 at half time. No changes are made at half time. In fact, the changes that get made later on, around, what was it, like the 70th minute, are bringing on defenders to try and shore up their game so we don't concede even more. But that leads us to having our first shot, which isn't even on target, it's off target, in the 82nd minute of the game. 25 yards out from Derek Mazusaka, right-footed, off target. That was our first and only shot in the second half. Yo, what the fuck? If we go, like, Joe Bryan off target, 15 yards right-footed. He's left-footed. No fucking shit, it's off target. Kundal, saved, 27 yards right foot, volley. Straight at the keeper. That was a good strike, actually. That was the volley that he did. But you can see the XG was 0.02, which is 2%. And it goes up to 5%, so not really that dangerous. And then Camille Negley, 32 yards out, right-footed. I mean, it's just horrendous, isn't it? Absolutely horrendous. If we look at their goals, 0.12 goes up to 0.47. 0.24 goes up to 0.88. 0.05 goes up to 0.16. Deflected volley, yeah. Jake Cooper, he hunched down to try and head it. I mean, you could just stand up straight and let it hit you in the chest. I mean, you know, you've played 400 games. I mean, I would imagine that you should probably know, trying to hunch down to head a ball that's flying at you, probably not the best thing to do. And Jay Stansfield, 0.75 to 0.84. Yeah, I mean, what more can you say? Nothing. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.